Oh God. This one is from Gilear Orama.
Woo!
And it asks,
Love it.
Orama?
And it Orama. And it says, when did you know Gilear would be integral to the story?
Immediately.
Day one, dude. Day one.
Day one.
Day one.
Yeah.
If you look at the pitch deck for Fantasy High, it starts with there's one person you need to know first. That's Gilear.
Yeah, in the pitch deck, it's so cool. It's a little animation, and you open up a yogurt, and then it zooms in, and then it's just Gilear's face.
I mean, like it was. So Gilear was like one of the parents created in the first season, and ran the scene with him coming to pick up Fig. I assumed that Fig would meet him. In terms of curveballs, the moment where Emily was really like, I need to go make up with Gilear. I owe Gilear, repairing this bridge. If I played it up on my face, great. Nothing could have been more surprising. Because I remember it was based off of, was it Gorthalax or it was something else from season 1, but it was after the Black Pit. And I was, from that moment, I had no control. The reins were out of my hands, and the bad kids have just brought, they've got to have Gilear with them, no matter how many times.
Principal lunch lad.
I think it's kind of like, in like those games like Cards Against Humanity or whatever, like the golden card is always like fucking the Holocaust or like just something so unbelievably like bad that it trumps no matter what, and that I think is Gilear. So all of us have like a comedy mind, and we're like, who is the most pathetic person on earth? Of course we're bringing them on our like dangerous trip.
Just like a endless well.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was just I really liked all the shit that Brennan would say as Gilear. So it would be like,
Yes.
cool, I'm definitely going to ask Gilear. I'm definitely going to pivot and say, what do you think, Gilear? Because something funny's going to come out.
Was Gilear always that pathetic? Or was he just kind of a little bit of a down on his luck dude?
I think he got way more pathetic.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing, right? Is it's like Gilear would still be reasonable if you had all interacted with him a normal amount. Like you guys everyone here's an improviser. We all understand how heightening works. If you had talked to Gilear like some of the parents you guys have only interacted with a handful of times. Like how many times have we interacted with the Applebees? Like less than a dozen. How many times have we interacted with even good. But like even with the Thistle Springs, like we've probably in both seasons had like somewhere between like 5 to 10 conversations with the Thistle Springs. They're significant, they matter. Their relationship with Gorgog is really important. I think you guys have talked to Gilear. So what happens is it's an arms race. It's like every time you go back to that well, you
Brennan,
gotta go deeper.
We love a challenge.
It has gotten to the point. It has gotten to the point where Gilear is so heavily in the campaign that it is now canon that Riz loves Gilear. Everyone was saying that while he was gone.
It was canon. God.
Gilear getting his car repossessed by Uber is the funniest, saddest specific I have ever heard.
So sad.
He just got his car stolen.
Oh God. Yeah. If we do like if we were not that we're going to, but if we were to go all the way through to senior year with the bad kids, the idea of what is possibly happening in Gilear's life at that point, he's died how many times?
Oh yeah.
I mean, at a certain point, you kind of just
Brennan,
like he actually has to be the chosen one because there's no way that anybody can go through this much travail. He has to be Job in that God loves him the most.
I'll confess that I have some stress about him this season because first season I was able to install him as the lunch lad and then the vice principal. This season, an intern, and then we gave him and then we promoted him to assistant, but I don't see another promotion. And so I'm kind of like, what is Gilear's arc this season?
Yeah.
It was so clean and simple.
Gilear should be your manager.
Yeah.
Lunch lad to vice principal. I don't think he's ready.
He's not. He's straight up. He's not.
I will say,
in that industry.
Emily truly loves Gilear so much that we were like driving home from D20. Emily will very seriously be like, I don't know what to do about Gilear. I feel really bad for him. Like, just like so sincere. Truly loves her fantasy dad.
I hated not inviting him to the Nightmare Forest. I know it was the right thing. Look, everything that happened, all it did was validate with the fact that he was a rabbit walking into a trap. But like leaving him was like saying you are not enough. And I still feel anxious when I think about that.
He's not enough.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
He was a lunch lad, then he was a vice principal, then he was an intern.
He did to be fired from vice principal, but maybe has his job back when we go home.
Like if 6 people I knew were like, hey, we are powerful enough to survive jumping off a 100-foot cliff and you can't, I wouldn't take that as you're not enough. Like, I really wish he could have come with us into the Nightmare Forest and not immediately died. He'd be fully dead.
I know he would.
Allie would have 0 spell slots.
Nightmares. I feel like what Gilear's nightmares are.
Oh, I would have killed to see Gilear's nightmares.
Very horrifying.
They're just exactly what's happening in his life.
Yeah, he thinks he already woke up.
What happened that day.
Different.
It'll be the first time in D&D history that the PCs all mutiny and force the DM to narrate a scene they're not present for.
Tell us what happened.
Tell us Gilear's nightmares.
I think if Gilear had gone into the Nightmare Forest and I had to like narrate what would happen to him, like what would happen to Gilear in the Nightmare Forest?
I fall down and die.
Yeah, I really think, look, especially if he had done the like improvised Dusk Moss ritual fear spell, I think Gilear would have immediately hyperventilated, had a heart attack, and died. I think that it would have been like, you are not tall enough to ride this ride. Like I think even the attempt would have finished him off. Either that, or it would just be like a day back in his life in Elmville. Either one is good. But
man, we gotta get him into therapy. Got to get his self-esteem back up.